Chapter 35. 35 White ape through the forest, black tiger crossing the mountain, 2 more. Responding to the national call, don't stay out at night. After having their fill of food and drink, everyone headed home early. But thinking back, ever since the last major investigation, there hadn't been any news of virtual disasters breaking out anywhere. The nation's methods were indeed formidable. But all these were merely temporary solutions, not addressing the root cause. To eradicate virtual disasters completely, perhaps finding a way to eliminate the void realm was necessary. These matters were, for the time being, unrelated to Lu Chenju. Out of caution, he still kept the yang flame lamp on at home. The elders tried to turn it off many times but were always refused by him. How could they risk their lives just to save on the electricity bill? As Lu Chenju's strength increased, so did his status at home. For many things, the elders would listen to his advice. The next day, Flying Swallow Martial Arts Hall, public class. In the wooden dummy area, Lu Chenju moved like a swift, deftly navigating the wobbling posts as if they were flat ground, dodging the offensive moves from 2 students with the poise of a master. He demonstrated all the steps and movement techniques of the sea-sweeping body before jumping down. Senior brother Lu is incredible. Yeah, we couldn't even touch him. These 2 students were new and had not achieved any rank. Even so, the fact that Lu Chenju could dodge all attacks on the wooden post spoke volumes of his excellent movement technique. He looked towards the martial arts tree. Sea-sweeping body, proficient 100%, right arrow mastery 1%. From this point forward, the sea-sweeping body had reached the level of mastery. Even Shiruyu was slightly inferior to him. Of course, she wasn't far from reaching mastery either. Lu Chenju was faster than Shiruyu partly because of the martial arts tree and partly because he practiced more than Shiruyu. This was the only movement technique he cultivated. Shiruyu was different. The movement technique she primarily cultivated was the forest penetration body, a third-rate quality martial arts movement technique, which complemented her main fist technique, the white ape fist. She had already trained it to perfection. With her 7th rank cultivation, she really didn't need to cultivate the sea-sweeping body. She learned it to help teach Jai Xuantong's classes. Flying Swallow Sea Flying. White ape through the forest. Black tiger crossing the mountain. Spirit snake water walking. Most phantom boxing techniques came with corresponding movement methods. Black tiger fist also had an accompanying third-rate movement method, the mountain crossing body. He decided to learn it when he had the time. Only then could he better unleash the power of Black Tiger Fist. The mountain crossing body was available on the official website of the Martial Arts Association. With his current martial arts knowledge, for just a beginner's level, there was no need to hire a specialized coach, especially since he could also seek guidance from Jai Xuantong. He had to utilize the advantages of being a true disciple. After class, Jai Xuantong called Shiruyu and Lu Chenju to the martial arts room. You both should sign up for the Martial Arts Academy exchange competition. Shiruyu, I'll sign up for the young adult division. Lu Chenju didn't hesitate either. I'll sign up for the youth division. Jai Xuantong pondered. Not counting those with intermediate root bone, currently in our martial arts hall, the ones who have the strength to compete for rankings are just you 2, Du, and Old Zhang. There are also some with not weak cultivation who didn't sign up because they didn't have time, so it's up to you. There's an unwritten rule in the industry for these exchange competitions. Those with above intermediate root bone are not allowed to participate. Of course, they look down on such small-time competitions. Martial arts schools have various competitions and a lot of prize money. Essentially, the Martial Arts Academy exchange competition is just a game for ordinary people to band together. For Huang Hao, a friend like Qin Zheng, the martial arts hall is merely a place to train outside his martial arts school courses, with no real sense of belonging to the martial arts hall. So this was also an opportunity for Lu Chenju. Low-class root bone, under 18 years old. These 2 conditions eliminated many stronger opponents with higher ranks. Within this range, there probably aren't many martial arts halls in Pingjiang district stronger than him. It's more about participation, but getting a ranking would be best. First place is 100,000, second place 50,000, third place 10,000. The top 10 all get a participation prize of 1,000. The family's income this year was even lower than last year, but expenditures increased by 10,000 or 20,000 every month, consuming Lu Guoping's savings. He had to contribute whatever little he could, and he aimed to strive for that hidden dragon award as well. Shiruyu said, "Teacher, do you have any news about other martial arts halls? Who are the strong competitors?" Jai Chuntong replied, "The number of martial arts halls in Pingjiang district that signed up for the exchange competition this time isn't many, just 4, including ours. There's the Giant Elephant Fighting Hall, the Yulong Martial Arts Hall, and the Golden Lion Martial Arts Hall, which are also our longtime competitors in the industry." Lu Chenju was somewhat surprised to hear about the Giant Elephant Fighting Hall. "Teacher, are there foreign fighters setting up martial arts academies here too?" "Yes, but they're rare. Although Dazia is the foremost in martial arts, some countries around the world also have strong martial arts. This Giant Elephant Fighting Hall comes from the Silver Eagle Federation. Its master, Giant Elephant Ricket, specializes in a fighting technique that originates from an ancient nation in America. I had a private sparring session with him 5 years ago." Jai Chuantong had not finished speaking. Shiruyu couldn't help but ask, "Teacher, what was the outcome? You won, didn't you?" Jai Chuantong thought for a moment and shook his head. "I lost." "What, teacher, haven't you opened 60 orifices? Your cultivation should be at the middle stage of the breakthrough first realm, right? Are these foreigners really that powerful?" Shiruyu was somewhat surprised. Lu Chenju hadn't expected it either. Jai Chuntong said, "Don't be arrogant, the world is so vast, there is always a higher mountain. If you participate in international competitions in the future, don't underestimate the fighters." "Student understands." The two nodded obediently. Jai Chuntong coughed. "Of course 5 years have passed, and whether I am stronger or weaker than the giant elephant is unknown. I'm older, lacking the edge and vigor of my youth." Next, he went on to introduce the participating martial arts halls. The master of Yulong Martial Arts Hall was River Rover Jiang Jiao Lai Zhen, proficient in the Yulong Palm, that stems from the 8 trigrams lineage. The master of Golden Lion Martial Arts Hall was Dancing Sky Lion Lin Hong, proficient in the Dancing Lion Fist, that originates from the coastal region of Minnan, which is said to have gradually evolved from the local lion dancing culture and is relatively obscure. Lu Chenju couldn't help feeling that Dazia martial arts truly embraced all rivers. Jai Chuntong continued, "The list of competitors is not out yet, but based on the information I've gathered, I've compiled some details about potential competitors for you to review when you get back. Know the enemy and know yourself, and you'll never be defeated. Chenju, this is your first time participating in the Martial Arts Hall Exchange competition. It's best if you place in the rankings, but even if you don't, it's not a big deal. The people from the other martial arts halls won't be as measured in their attacks as our own family members would be. In martial arts combat, injuries are common. Teacher, I've prepared myself mentally." "Good, there's nothing else. Go back and study your opponents well. Look up videos of their preferred fist techniques and patterns online in advance, rather than waiting until the last minute. Those guys will undoubtedly be studying your moves too, but you have one advantage. They probably assume that you're practicing the swallow return fist of our Flying Swallow Martial Arts Hall." At that point, Shiruyu's mouth curved into a smile. "They don't know that what the junior brother is actually good at is the Black Tiger Fist." "Exactly, use that to your advantage and catch them off guard." The master and disciples talked about tactics for a long while. "It's getting late, go back." "Goodbye, teacher." At the entrance of the martial arts hall, Shiruyu said, "Junior brother, let's go together in the future. It's not safe at night, and now you don't have a void blade. Even the weakest void thing would be too much for you." "Sister, I live in the outer city." "I know that, Stone Lake Garden, right? The teacher told me." "Yes." "Then we're on the way, let's go." "It's too much trouble for you." Lu Chenju was a bit embarrassed. "What trouble is it? The teacher repeatedly told me to ensure your safety." Seeing Shiruyu insisting, Lu Chenju didn't refuse. "Then let's go together." After getting into Shiruyu's car, Lu Chenju sat in the passenger seat. Honestly, riding in the car of a 7th-rank expert just felt safe. Lu Chenju was quiet and reserved, and it was Shiruyu who kept the conversation going throughout the ride. "Junior brother, do you have any plans to leave Sioux City to develop your career?" "It depends on which martial arts university I can get into." 100% for Pingjiang Martial Arts University. I feel like you're set for Dragon City too. Senior sister, what about you? Where do you plan to develop? Not much different from your plans. They chatted sporadically. Half an hour later, they arrived at the entrance of Lu Chenju's residential community. Go back, Shiruyu suggested with a smile from the car. Thanks, senior sister. I'll treat you to dinner at the end of the month. Sure. Watching the car disappear into the night, Lu Chenju hugged his school uniform tighter. Chenju, who was that? Suddenly, Li Zhanghu's voice came. Lu Chenju saw his mother and spoke a bit reproachfully. Mom, why are you still outside so late? I picked up a parcel. Who is that woman? My senior sister, the 7th-rank expert I told you about. Li Zhanghu's eyes lit up. Oh, it's Ruyu, quite impressive young lady. Lu Chenju did not engage her further but said, Let's go, don't come out so late in the future. Chapter 36. 36 My parents gave birth to me, my master taught me. 3 more chapters, asking for monthly tickets and followers. After returning home, Lu Chenju sent his chattering mother away. He finished practicing heavenly pile and fist technique, took a bath, sat down at his computer desk, and began to review the information on his opponents for next month's exchange competition, given by the master. The master had given him a list of 10 people. According to the intelligence, they were all at 3rd rank. Whether they had breakthrough to 4th rank during this period was unknown. However, objectively speaking, it's extremely hard for someone with low-class root bone to reach 4th rank before the age of 18. Lu Chenju was confident because he had the martial arts tree. Setting aside this factor, reaching 3rd rank at 16, as Du had done, was actually the limit for someone of average comprehension and low-class root bone. Yet whether he could achieve 4th rank before turning 18 was still uncertain. Breaking through from visible force to dark force was a major hurdle. Although this hurdle was not as severe as the physical body's restraints, it still wasn't something an ordinary person could easily overcome. Those with average root bone and comprehension generally needed a long time to grind through it. As long as I don't encounter a 4th rank, I am confident that I can make it into the top 3. If I do encounter a 4th rank, even if I exert all my skills, it would be impossible to beat them. Lu Chenju analyzed in his mind. In the end, he singled out 3 main competitors. Ricken, the eldest son of giant elephant Ricket, 17 years old, an immigrant from the Silver Eagle Federation who had joined the Xia nationality with his father, studying the white elephant fighting technique, close to great success. Liu Qingyuan, a direct disciple of Jiang Jiao, 16 years old, had small success in the green snake palm, a 3rd-tier martial arts, and he was also proficient in the exclusive martial arts of the Yulong Martial Arts Hall, Yulong Body. The last one, Wang Chang, a true disciple of Wenda, 17 years old, had small success in the lion fist of 3rd-tier martial arts, including the movement technique, dancing lion step. They have all been in 3rd rank for a while, at least having 1 3rd-tier martial arts at small success. Except for Ricken, others also mastered movement techniques. They are all formidable opponents indeed. Whether these people had hidden martial arts was unknown. Being listed as true inheritances, they were generally extraordinary. Among the 3, Lu Chenju was most wary of Ricken. According to the data, this person was 1.9 meters tall, with incredibly vigorous chi blood, possibly close to 2. And 2.07 was the standard chi blood level for 4th rank. Lu Chenju had just reached 3rd rank. This person's fighting technique was also close to great success. He found some videos on white elephant fighting technique. Vigorously unbeatable, forsaking some movement techniques for extreme lethal power. Those who practice this fighting technique often need an unrivaled bravado, which is sheer recklessness. After watching the introduction, Lu Chenju evaluated as such. It was a very extreme type of fist technique. All fist techniques have fist theory. The Xia has long been influenced by the doctrine of the mean and the thoughts of the 3 religions. Since time immemorial, the fist theory of martial artists also tended to pursue a certain balance, yin and yang, reservedness, moderation. And among the thousands upon thousands of martial arts in the world, few took extremes. It was different abroad. Especially in the Silver Eagle Federation, founded later, without a profound historical background, from the nation to its people, all preferred extremes. Under such cultural influence, the martial arts theories that spread there favored a radical approach with everyone believing bigger is better. Their fighting techniques specialized in stimulating the extreme development of the body. A common phenomenon that resulted was the strong were very tall and imposing. You could even roughly judge their strength by their physique. A typical battle style over there might look like this. Oh my God, this person is in the 2-meter realm, unbelievable. You're shorter than me, you've already lost. From a natural perspective, being larger holds absolute advantages, but martial arts is a transcendental path that breaks free from restraints. Lu Chenju thought the theories in De Zia were better. Of course, mankind was still on the path to breaking free from restraints. Martial arts is infinite, and theories have no absolute right or wrong. The dispute over martial arts philosophies also never ceases. If I can't reach 4th rank before the exchange competition, I might need to intensively train in sweeping body. Facing Riken directly, I'm at a disadvantage. Martial arts should play to strengths and avoid weaknesses. If he could ascend to 4th rank, he would outright overwhelm by force. Then he analyzed everyone on the list again, considering the countermeasures based on their fist techniques, not underestimating anyone due to their lower ranks. As the night deepened, Lu Chenju fell into a deep sleep amid his research. The next day. Today was Sunday, and Lu Chenju didn't have classes. As soon as he got up in the morning and turned on his mobile phone, he saw a message from Shiruyu in the middle of the night. Junior brother, come to the martial arts hall tomorrow. After practicing heavenly pile and fist technique, Lu Chenju had breakfast and rushed over. Mom, I won't be coming home for lunch today. I know. Flying Swallow Martial Arts Hall. Jai Chuantong arrived in his luxury car. The training students quietly gathered around, discussing. They say that car cost 2 million. The master is really wealthy. For wealthy and prestigious martial artists, there was only admiration. No one was envious. After all, it was what martial artists deserved. Especially he had been saved by a martial artist once, and the master hadn't even publicized that. From then on, his admiration for Jai Chuantong grew even stronger. Jai Chuantong called out, Chenju, Ruyu, come with me to the Martial Arts Association. Shiruyu said, All right, teacher, let me drive. Okay. Jai Chuantong sat in the back, and Lu Chenju sat in the passenger seat. Old Jai thought for a moment and said, Chenju, after you come of age, go and get a driver's license too. This car is a Taoist science and technology seeking Tao model with some features to prevent void things. I don't usually drive much, so if you and Ru need to go out and run some errands for me, like picking up my parents, just use my car. Lu Chenju obediently replied. Okay, teacher. He found that becoming a true inheritor was different. Old Jai had suddenly become much more generous. A 2 million car, at the ready for his disciple to drive, filled his heart with satisfaction. But that was not all. Old Jai took a white gift box from the back of the car, unsealed it, checked the 10 boxes of Qi boosting 1 supplements inside to ensure there was no problem, and then handed it to Lu Chenju. Take these supplements and use them. Lu Chenju turned around, his expression changing, and quickly said, Teacher, this is too valuable. This was worth 120,000, equivalent to a year's salary for Lu Guoping. How could he accept it? The driving Shiruyu laughed. Junior, keep it. If you don't, it's like not showing face to our master. It's common practice for a master to give a gift upon acknowledging you as a true inheritor. Jai Chuantong nodded. It's not much money. I'm just giving you some resources to get started. Eventually, you need to work hard yourself. I can't provide for you forever. Besides, with these supplements, you might even break through to the 4th rank before the exchange competition and take 1st place for me. Lu Chenju earnestly said, I have my parents who gave birth to me and a master who teaches me. As a disciple, I shall respect and obey and dare to accept this gift. I will never forget today's great kindness from my master in this lifetime. A gift worth over 100,000 given casually. Why would he need a bicycle anymore? Not to mention, it exempted the huge annual true inheritance fees. Old Jai was definitely a generous person with money to share. Lu Chenju held the box, which had the label True Inheritance Gift, ceremony gifts for teachers and juniors, showing respect to elders. You deserve to have it. Martial Medicine Factory No. 6. It turned out martial arts supplements also came in gift boxes. Those medicine factories really knew how to make money. Perform well. Jai Chuantong closed his eyes to rest. The true inheritance gift he had given to Shiruyu was a gift box worth 300,000 yuan called Bone Strengthening One, not from favoring one over the other. For Lu Chenju's current realm, Qi Boosting One was plenty adequate. Shiruyu, at 7th rank, would retrieve minimal benefit from Qi boosting potions. Feeling emotionally moved, Lu Chenju found old Jai even more endearing. He asked, "Teacher, what business do we have at the Martial Arts Association?" Jai Chuntong opened his eyes and said, "We'll record your registrations. Accepting true inheritors isn't like taking regular students. By accepting you, I'm also taking on a measure of responsibility for your future actions, so martial artists don't easily accept true inheritors. They need to observe and test character over a long period. Many martial artists consider character to be of highest importance, followed by comprehension and talent. If someone has a poor character and goes around causing trouble, no matter how talented they are, nobody wants them. Whether it's at the Martial Arts Academy or Martial Arts University, the first lesson is always about being a proper human." Lu Chenju deeply agreed. "The teacher speaks wisely. We will definitely strive to be good people." Shiruyu also shared some instances of people being expelled from martial arts university due to poor character. Martial artists are transcendent beings, but they still must adhere to basic moral, ethical, and legal standards. Those who break the law and discipline lightly may get punished by the Martial Arts Association. In more severe cases, they would be dealt with jointly by the Martial Arts Department, police, and the legal system. Of course, because of the strong powers martial artists possess, some criminals still escape and commit crimes under the radar, disturbing society, colloquially called the Black Knights. Chapter 37, 37 Carefree Travel 1 Update. Martial Arts Association. Subordinate to the Martial Arts Department, it serves as a self-regulatory organization and social group for martial artists, situated between official and civilian sectors. It is the most important organization for martial artists, bar none. Anyone who breaks the first shackles must join the association. Extraordinary power, if not restrained, would lead to disastrous consequences. Registration Office. Jai Chuantong handed over the files of Lu Chenju and Shiruyu to the registration officer, who took a glance and then took out the official seal, saying, "From now on, you are responsible for these two inheritors. If they ever break the law or create disruption, as a member of the Martial Arts Association, you must cooperate with the police to capture them and bring them to justice. No protection, no leniency." Jai Chuantong looked at Lu Chenju and Shiruyu. He once had a senior brother from Dragon City Martial Arts University, a true inheritor and adopted son of King Shin Kang. This person had top-class root bone and talent, far surpassing him. He broke the first shackles at 16 and the second at 28. His future was limitless. Alas, for some reasons, he was bewitched by the carefree travel of the evil path and fell into the abyss. King Shin Kang himself took action, working with the police over 6,000 miles, and killed this senior brother in the depths of Kunlun Mountain. After that, he never accepted another inheritor. Some extreme social Darwinist martial artists have lost their humanity, believing martial artists to be the fittest in the survival of the fittest. They think that martial artists should be legally unrestrained, abandoning humanity to truly break free from their mortal flesh and ascend to a higher form of life. They broke laws and were unacceptable to any nation. Hence, they huddled together and established a large transnational criminal organization alliance abroad, self-named Carefree Travel. It seems ethereal, but actually distorts the thoughts of the sages into a crooked and erroneous path. Many Black Knights joined, and now their power is significant. Nations launched many joint encirclements against them, but they couldn't be eradicated and always revived like weeds after a spring rain. Thinking of these, Jai Chuantong also felt a sense of sigh and emotion. "I will do it. I trust my own judgment and I trust my two true inheritors," he said with a stern look at the two. Shiruyu and Lu Chenju said in unison, "We won't let our teacher down." Jai Chuantong encouraged them to walk around the association to get a sense of it. Shiruyu patted Lu Chenju's arm. "Junior brother, let me show you around." She clearly wasn't here for the first time. "Thank you, senior sister." Lu Chenju was also curious. Though called the Martial Arts Association, many who came here for business were amateur martial artists and ordinary people. There were some martial artists too, but he did not recognize any. Even if a martial artist looked ordinary, standing among common people, they could still be distinguished by their extraordinary and outstanding demeanor, making them easy to recognize. Shiryu led Lu Chenju to a large hall, explaining, "This is the Judicial Mission Reward Hall, which every city's martial arts association has. It primarily works with the police and the Void Control Department to assist in capturing criminals, Black Knights, and Void things. I once took an assignment here and earned 200,000. Before taking on assignments, one needs to undergo temporary training with the police. Capturing criminals isn't just about strength, it also requires some professional police skills." She knew Lu Chenju was in need of money. However, these tasks carry certain risks, so assess your capabilities. Generally speaking, rewards over 500,000 are only for martial artists. Shiryu reminded. Lu Chenju picked up a brochure and murmured to himself. Only those above 4th rank are qualified to take on assignments. If too weak, one can easily get injured during the task, becoming more of a hindrance. 4th rank is indeed a watershed. The display screen showed 2 types of tasks: wanted rewards and temporary assistance in cases. The latter involves the police sometimes lacking manpower, temporarily recruiting qualified law enforcement supporters from martial arts universities, and the public to cooperate with the police on cases, against conducting any extrajudicial actions. The former is akin to the ancient knife catcher. The highest bounty currently posted was from 3 years ago. The wanted criminal is a 3rd shackles breaker Black Knight, immortal binding HND Japanese symbol T, ANG Zhang. Whistleblowers who provide credible leads will be rewarded between 300,000 to 1 million. It is advised not to act alone due to high risks. However, if one can assist the police in arresting him, the reward is between 100 million and 300 million. This person graduated from Pingjiang Martial Arts University, and 3 years ago, he masterminded the shocking National 6.23 incident as a behind-the-scenes manipulator, colluding with a cult organization to ruthlessly kill 24 women in a certain sacrificial ceremony. After the conspiracy was exposed, he fled abroad, and some government officials and local forces providing him protection were completely uprooted. The Zia Martial Arts Department pursued him across borders for 12,500 miles. After a year, more than 100 people were apprehended, including 9 martial artists. There are still several experts at large, with Immortal Binding Hand being one of them. It was eventually discovered that this person had long been a spy for the Carefree Travel Organization, and everything was premeditated. "I can't believe this villain hasn't been caught yet." Shiryu's eyebrows furrowed, her expression grim. "I've also heard about this case. It indeed tarnishes the reputation of the martial artist community. One rotten apple spoils the whole barrel, and they must be severely punished." Lu Chenju was equally indignant. Shiryu sighed. "This person excels in using a strange weapon named Immortal Trapping Silk. When I was a freshman, Tang Zheng even returned to his alma mater as a distinguished graduate and entrepreneur to give a speech, looking kind and benevolent. It really shows that appearances can be deceiving." Lu Chenju had heard of the Immortal Trapping Silk. It's typically made of high-tech composite materials fashioned into fine threads that can be wrapped around one's fingers, combined with some flying needle-hidden weapons, making it difficult for opponents to guard against in battle. It slices through iron like mud and cuts gold as if it were jade. Looking further down, there were those with bounties in the millions. These were all ruthless criminals who had lost their humanity and martial virtue. Every year, more lives were lost to these individuals than to virtual disasters, and they did not deserve to be called martial artists. Shiryu said, "What we see is just the bounty list from Sioux City, but if you become a martial artist, you will also see the entire Dazia's bounty list, with even more vicious criminals. Many of them are fugitives wanted jointly by the Central Martial Arts Department, Void Control Department, and Security Department. The public refers to the incidents caused by the Black Knights as Black Calamity, slaughtering fellow citizens, forgetting their ancestors, and abandoning human relations. Black Calamity is even more abhorrent than virtual disaster. Enough of these troubling matters. With our strength, if we encounter Black Calamity, it's best to keep our distance and preserve our own lives." She knew about Lu Chenju's acts of valor. She was worried her junior brother's youthful fervor might get the better of him. Lu Chenju was not a reckless person. Senior sister must also take good care of herself. Since ancient times, sexual desire has always been one of the main inducements to crime, and there are no shortage of philanderers among martial artists, acting as they please by flaunt their high cultivation. Shiryu smiled slightly. Let's go, let's check out other places. Next, she took Lu Chenju on a grand tour. Jai Chuantong also finished his official business, solemnly saying, Let's go. Here, you must have glimpsed just the tip of the iceberg of the martial arts world. Only those who break the shackles have the right to step into it. In old times, the world had conflicts between good and evil, grudges and emotional debts, which still exist today. On the path of martial arts, one must adhere to the righteous path and not act against the state. I don't want to see your names on the bounty hall display. Pingjiang District. On the third floor of Wanfu Square, giant elephant fighting hall. Inside the training room, two burly men both over 1 meter 90 tall exchanged blows with each other, reminiscent of two ancient giant elephants colliding on the ice plains. Ricken, put some effort into it, didn't you eat? Ricken, you're not a white elephant, you're a white mouse. Ricken. A 1 meter 98 bald brawny man landed an ordinary straight punch that sent his slightly shorter opponent flying onto the ground, who, enduring the severe pain, made no sound. The bald brawny man was the somewhat famous giant elephant Ricket. He had once conclusively defeated Jai Chuantong, a white fighter who had taken up Xia nationality and even spoke authentic Wu dialect. The man he brutalized was his own son, Ricken. Ricken, licking the blood from the corner of his mouth, stood up smiling. Father, don't be angry. I checked the list and I feel that none of those people are a match for me. They are all too weak, too small. Chapter 38, 38 Holy Image, 2 more chapters. Bang! The fist suddenly smashed out, and Ricken was abruptly sent flying backwards, knowing he had probably misspoken again. He stood up silently, waiting for his father's reprimand. Ricket bellowed, I demand strictness from you, not so you can just get first place in some minor exchange tournament, but for you to become a fighter. A fighter, do you understand? Unlike Jai Chuantong, who had only one daughter of intermediate root bone, Ricket had 3 children at once, all of whom turned out to be of low-class root bone. Of these, Ricken had the best comprehension. Years ago, Ricket had crossed the ocean to Xia to strive for success on the land where martial arts were strong, forging his own enterprise. He needed a successor. But without the cultivation of a fighter, how could one inherit the fighting hall? Thinking of how Jai Feiyan had already reached 8th rank while his own disappointing son was only at 3rd rank, and his other 2 sons were nothing more than clubbers and womanizers, he felt aggrieved. Despite his own excellence and efforts, why were his offspring so useless? Ricken said with his head lowered. I apologize, father, I will become a fighter. Ricket said, show some spirit. I'm waiting to pass the mammoth fighting skill onto you so that our giant elephant school can thrive in a foreign land and pursue the realm of the holy image. In the giant elephant school, the supreme realm was known as the holy image. Back in the day, a native of America had achieved this realm, his strength comparable to a present-day fighting grandmaster who had broken the 4th shackle and could navigate amidst firearms. Reaching this realm meant one would normally stand about 10 feet tall. Unleashing their power, they would resemble a mighty elephant, akin to the mythological Holy Image King Beliphant from American legends. Hence, he was also known as King of the Holy Image. Having calmed down, Ricket said, among these opponents, I remind you to watch out for Lu Chenju. At only 16 years old, he has already attained 3rd rank cultivation. According to my intel, he just entered the rank 6 months ago. Such progression suggests sudden enlightenment, not to be measured by common standards. Ricken's expression grew serious. Then, we indeed need to take this individual seriously. Yulong Martial Arts Hall. Chen Qingyuan, do you have confidence in placing in the top 3 of the youth group in this battle? Zhang Jiaochen, Zhen sipped his tea, looking at the determined youth in front of him. Master, rest assured, top 3 won't be a problem. If you find yourself against Ricken, remember to be cautious. If you can't win, decisively concede. Don't injure yourself and affect the upcoming Pingjiang Martial University exams. As for the others, except for Wang Chong, with your strength, you should be able to handle them with ease. Thank you for your concern, Master. Golden Lion Martial Arts Hall. Junior brother Wang Chong, your dancing lion step has improved again. You must be close to reaching mastery. Securing the top 2 in the youth category should be secure this time. A young man with long hair and an upright stature smiled. He was Lin Jiangxing, the eldest son of the dancing sky lion Lin Hong, 27 years old, having reached 7th rank a year ago. He was the highly respected senior brother of the Golden Lion Martial Arts Hall. Across from him was a short but compact and energetic youth. It was Wang Chong, the true inheritor of the dancing sky lion. I dare not claim second place for certain, since Chen Qingyuan's strength is on par with mine. Our match will depend on our performance. It's hard to say who would surely win. Wang Chong, though young, was stable and mature. He recalled something and cautioned. Do take care, senior brother. The Flying Swallow Martial Arts Hall has a new true inheritor who seems to be a Pingjiang Martial Arts University graduate at 23 years old, a 7th rank expert. Not simple at all. That day, news from the Pingjiang District Association arrived, setting the date of the Martial Arts Hall tournament for May 21, 2221, with Flying Swallow Martial Arts Hall as the designated venue. That's great, it's our home ground. Du sensibly rubbed his hands together, brimming with confidence. Lu Chenju stepped down from the wooden stake. The 21st, that's good, we all have some time to prepare, and by then we might be able to improve our strength a bit more. The others, in just a month and a half, where's the chance for any improvement, bro? You think everyone is you? Lu Chenju stared at the martial arts tree, calculating in his mind. This period should be enough for me to open 6 apertures. The Black Tiger Fist might be hard to achieve great success, but I should be able to make it past 60% completion, with some improvement in my chi blood as well. The sea-sweeping body has a chance to sprint towards small success, my trump card for a surprise victory. He still wanted to try if he could push the Black Tiger Fist towards great success. 100,000, that was equivalent to half a year's income for his family. The second place was only 50,000. Perhaps other competitors were fighting for fame and honor. Lu Chenju was different, he was fighting for money. I need to spend more time practicing my fist during this period, which means cutting down on study time, and no clue when Dragon City Martial Arts University will give out their evaluation results. Lu Chenju was troubled by the task of squeezing time from the sponge that was his schedule. Once he was sure he could enter a martial arts school, he could temporarily say goodbye to his cultural subjects and devote himself entirely to martial arts training. He could always come back to studying later if needed. In this era, diplomas were easy to get, but martial arts were hard to come by. In today's world, Dazia boasted the largest land area. The north has always been martial, and in the old world of martial clans, the nomadic tribes of the steppes were an essential part and often invaded the central plains, their martial arts experts constantly waging battles. After the establishment of the new Dazia, with a grand unification of all ethnic groups in the north, they erected top-level martial arts schools including Yinshan Martial Arts University, Yellow River Martial Arts University, Imperial Capital Martial Arts University, Dragon City Martial Arts University, and Galaxy Martial Arts University, sending waves of martial arts talents into the northern martial arts world. Dragon City Martial Arts University was located in Jin Province's capital. Jin land had a long history, witnessing the rise and fall of the Great Dazia. In fact, it was home to 3 top-level martial arts universities, including Dragon City Martial Arts University, Wutai Martial Arts University from the 5 Buddhist schools, and Beiyu Martial Arts University of the Sword Discussion 6 colleges. The former was a famous Buddhist mountain, and the latter a part of the 5 mountains, both possessing profound martial arts foundations. But the economic center of Dazia was actually in the south, and since there weren't many people living in the north, the country initiated a vigorous North Martial South Adjustment project. The top-level martial arts universities in the north responded to the call and set up branches in the densely populated south to balance the development of Dazia martial arts and address the increasingly frequent virtual disasters. The main campus of Dragon City Martial Arts University. King Shin Kang had just finished a meeting about the North Martial South Adjustment Project. The Tehu virtual calamity had been difficult to suppress, potentially indicating a protracted battle, and it might become a persistent issue. The Martial Arts Department requested that Dragon City Martial Arts University establish a branch in Sioux City as soon as possible, to put it into use early. He might be assigned to the south as well. I'm getting on in years, if I have to go so be it. The water towns of Jiangnan are quite nice. King Shin Kang laughed self-deprecatingly. The south was indeed a nurturing place. The phone rang. It was the voice of Jai Chuantong. "Teacher, how about those two true inheritances of mine?" King Shinkang laughed. "It's only been a few days, and you've asked several times already." "Sorry, teacher, I just couldn't help it." "Shiruyu is fine." The review committee initially determined she had a moment of enlightenment. "Since the school is establishing a new campus in Sioux City, I'll get her in there, but she still needs to go through the formal assessment process and have her root bone measured again." "Ha, that's great. I knew she was a promising talent. What about Lu Chenju, teacher? I feel like my third disciple is even more impressive." "Lu Chenju." King Shinkang's tone changed, causing Jai Chuantong on the other end to tense up. "Is he not good enough?" All of a sudden, King Shinkang burst into hearty laughter. "He's also fine, temporarily treated as an enlightenment. Continued observation will follow. Let him prepare to transfer schools, starting at Sioux City's Dragon City Martial Arts Affiliated High School." The affiliated high schools of the top-level martial arts universities were established in the millions-populated cities across Dazia. They accepted only a few students, far less than the main campus, making it extremely difficult to get in. An intermediate root bone was just the basic threshold for admission. Being able to get inside was akin to an assured entry into Dragon City Martial Arts University. Jai Chuantong, played by King Shinkang, sounded somewhat resigned. Soon a restrained laughter followed. "Ha, both of the disciples I recommended made it." Though they were not martial bone Dao embryos, enlightenment could still bring significant benefits to the martial arts hall and him personally, and the two might still have a chance for further awakening in the future. King Shinkang said, "Don't celebrate yet. When will you break through to second rank, Jai Chuantong?" Old Jai on the phone hastily replied, "I've got some urgent matters here. I need to hang up now. Please don't be offended, elder." Chapter 39. 39 happy events one after another, 3 more updates. Please follow and ask for monthly tickets. On the other end of the phone, Jai Chuantong put down his cell phone. "I just knew it, that my 2 disciples could make it." He hadn't felt this elated in a long time. The evaluation of sudden enlightenment isn't very high because current technology can only test root bone, which will definitely overlook some comprehension geniuses. These individuals will be gradually uncovered during subsequent cultivation and usually be tagged with the moniker sudden enlightenment. Sudden enlightenment means you've entered the state's observation list. Next, the state will incrementally increase their stake in you, investing in you. If you can maintain or become even more formidable, then the state will provide more and more resources. But if you're a flash in the pan, the state will unmercifully shelve you, relegating you back to the ordinary masses. Such is the cruelty of society. And this is still in Dazia. If it were another country, those without innate root bones would have almost no chance of turning things around. Any avenue for advancement is blocked by those who have already achieved it. In the game of kings and nobles, is there room for commoners? Dazia leaves many opportunities open for ordinary people. Damn, I need to make a breakthrough to the second rank soon. Every time he chats with King Shinkang, he would be met with that soul-searching question. Suddenly, old Jai's phone rang. It was his daughter Jai Feiyan. "Dad, did you accept Lu Chenju as your true inheritor?" "Yeah." "Okay, but don't get your hopes up too high. I've seen many like him in school. I'm afraid your expectations might be too high, which would only lead to greater disappointment." "Don't worry, your junior sister and junior brother both passed." There was silence on the other end of the line. Jai Feiyan clearly hadn't expected that. "You're not lying to me." "Why would I lie to you, silly kid?" "I can understand with Shiruyu, after all, she's already at 7th rank, and the school usually gives such students a chance to rush towards becoming a martial artist. But Chenju, I really hadn't expected." Judging people still takes your dad's eye. You're not up to it." Fine, you're great. I won't argue with you." In any case, this was good news. Jai Feiyan also hoped her family's martial arts academy could grow stronger. "I'm off, have to get busy, Dad." "Nothing else, Dad. Do you need me to come help out at the academy's exchange competition next month? I can have a friendly match with talents from other academies." "No need, focus on your studies, and break through to the first rank for me to see." "Don't worry, old man, goodbye." After hanging up, Jai Chuantong passed the good news on to his wife. She also praised his insight and good luck for finding 2 promising martial arts seedlings in half a year. At last, Jai Chuantong arrived at the training ground. Chenju Ruyu, come with me. The brother and sister who were sparring stopped in their tracks. Seeing how serious the master was, they knew what was likely coming and couldn't help feeling a bit nervous. Not because they were fickle. Opportunities don't come to those who wait. They had to seize them. In the martial arts room, Jai Chuantong sat with a serious demeanor. Your test results are out. Lu Chenju tried to remain calm and composed, ready to accept any result. He knew that he couldn't lose heart from failure. He had the martial arts tree. A momentary setback was nothing on his path. Shiruyu's forehead glistened with a fine sheen of sweat. Taking a deep breath, she asked, Master, how did it go? Jai Chuantong took a sip of tea and smiled. You both made it, preliminarily judged to have sudden enlightenment. Keep working hard, steadily progress, and your achievements won't fall short of those with intermediate root bones. Hearing this, they both let out a huge sigh of relief. Lu Chenju looked up, striving to keep his emotions in check. Shiruyu, feeling a surge of emotions, finally said excitedly, Thank you, Master. Thank you, Senior Kingshan Kang. Thank you to the school. Jai Chuantong said, You all need to calm your emotions. This is just the beginning. The road ahead is still long. By the way, Chenju, you don't need to apply for the special enrollment at Pingjiang Martial Arts University anymore. Next, you'll transfer to the Sioux City branch of the high school affiliated with Dragon City Martial Arts University, and you can simply take the college entrance exams with the martial arts students there when you're in your senior year. Lu Chenju smiled and said, Understood, student. He felt an indescribable sense of relief in his heart. He had worked hard for nearly 10 years for Pingjiang Martial Arts University, never expecting that he would ultimately give up the special enrollment exam, because he had a better option. Of course, he had to go through the college entrance examination to get into Dragon City Martial Arts University. But with the martial arts school's teaching staff and resources, coupled with his martial arts tree, he was completely confident. A contented Lu Chenju asked, What about senior sister next? Jai Chuantong said, She's of age and rank to go directly to Dragon City Martial Arts University. But let me clarify, because of the adjustments from North Martial moving south, the Dragon City Martial Arts University campus you will be attending is in Sioux City. The teaching staff might be slightly weaker than the main campus, but this doesn't affect you at all. Once you become a martial artist, you can exchange for the martial arts and resources of both the main and branch campuses through points earned at Martial Arts University and money. Both said they didn't mind. Getting into a top martial arts university was good enough, even if it was a branch campus. The overall teaching power and resources were much higher than Pingjiang Martial Arts University. Moreover, both of their families lived in Sioux City. They were born and raised here, had feelings for the city, and didn't really want to leave. Attending the branch campus was even better. Shiruyu asked, Teacher, will the branch campus be completed this year? Jai Chuantong nodded. It'll be finished by the end of the year, located right next to Stone Lake in the Outer City District, on the old site of Stone Lake University. Congratulations, Lu Chenju, the value of your house is going to rise. Lu Chenju felt a pang in his heart. Li Xianghua had always wanted to move to the inner city, but now there was no need. The increase in value of their modest old house might be worth more than what Lu Guoping could earn working for 10 years. His father had always lamented how others had better luck, and now it was their turn. In the evening, at the entrance of the neighborhood. Goodbye, senior sister. Lu Chenju waved his hand. Go back home. Your parents are going to be too excited to sleep tonight. Shiruyu rolled up her car window, and the car slowly departed. Building 3 of Stone Lake Garden, apartment 2802. Mom, is Dad back yet? He's back, what's up? I have something to tell you. Li Xianghua called Lu Guoping out of the bedroom, where he was watching a drama. The old couple looked at Lu Chenju, somewhat puzzled. I'll be transferring to the martial arts school soon. Huh, why? Haven't the special enrollment exams started yet? Lu Chenju then told them about the visit from people from Dragon City Martial Arts University a couple of days ago. Hearing this, his parents were speechless for a while, feeling as if they were in a dream. So much had happened in just a few days. Advancing to 3rd rank, being taken as a true inheritance disciple, and now transferring to a martial arts school. Who would believe it? You're not going to finish high school. No more high school. The martial arts school and university also have cultural education, but as electives. I can make up for it any time when I have time later, martial arts come first. Li Xianghua was trembling with excitement. Good, very good, that's wonderful. Lu Guoping took several deep breaths. So you're saying you've already got one foot in the door of Dragon City Martial Arts University, and you don't even have to leave Sioux City. You can go to university right at our doorstep. Lu Chenju nodded. The old couple burst into tears of joy. The grievances and hardships they had endured over the years now seemed irrelevant. They were overwhelmed by immense happiness, not yet realizing the immense benefits the establishment of the branch campus would bring to the area. Woo-woo. Lu Guoping hugged his sobbing wife, Li Xianghua. Lu Chenju quietly returned to his room to practice his punches. His parents needed some time to process their emotions. He thought about how he would say goodbye to his teachers and classmates tomorrow. The martial arts fanatic from Wanhua High School was finally going to transfer to a martial arts school. Chapter 40. Goodbye Wanhua High School. One more update. Night fell, all was quiet. Li Xianghua and Lu Guoping were so excited they couldn't sleep all night. Chenju had told them not to brag to friends and relatives for the time being, to wait until his admission to the martial arts university was confirmed. Otherwise, if they boasted too soon and he failed to get in, it would be embarrassing. In a certain district within the inner city, Shiruyu also shared her joy with her family. However, hers was a single-parent household, with only her mother for support. On the night of her 3rd birthday, her father had encountered a virtual disaster on his way home from work. His car had plunged into a river with him inside, drowning him alive. His body was bloated, and when the forensic scientists opened his stomach, they found it full of rotten water plants. In front of her father's portrait, she stroked the void-breaking gloves. Ryu, go to sleep. Okay, Mom. If your dad were alive, he would definitely be happy for you. He loved watching the all-nations martial arts competition. He always believed the Kangshan Dragon King would win the championship one day. The next day at dawn. Wanhua High School, Class 9. During morning self-study, some classmates were bent over doing problems while others stood reading. Qin Zheng, thoroughly bored, stared at the empty seat in the front row. Where did Chenju go? Isn't he attending morning self-study? This guy completely gave up on academic subjects, huh? What if he doesn't pass the special entrance exam for Pingjiang Martial Arts University? Wait, why am I worried about him, me, a terrible student? Qin Zheng picked up his textbook to recite ancient texts. Meanwhile, in the teacher's office, the math teacher doubted his own ears. He looked at Chenju standing before him and confirmed again. Chenju, you're transferring schools. Chenju nodded solemnly, pulling out a notification. The math teacher opened it. Student Lu Chenju has passed the test by Dragon City Martial Arts University's Evaluation Committee, which has deemed him to have a better potential for martial arts cultivation. In order not to delay his martial arts training, according to national legal regulations, Lu Chenju is permitted to transfer from his current high school to the Sioux City branch of the high school affiliated with Dragon City Martial Arts University. Please cooperate actively with the transfer process. Dragon City Martial Arts University Comprehension Evaluation Committee, official seal. The math teacher read it 3 times. Dragon City Martial Arts University. Is it really Dragon City Martial Arts University? This official seal cannot be faked. Martial Arts University, as the most important institution for training martial arts talents, holds a high status. The president of a top martial university often holds multiple high-ranking government positions, a real VIP. Chenju watched the bewildered math teacher. Teacher, I'd like to process the transfer procedures in the next few days. The math teacher snapped back to reality. Great, I'll go to see the principal immediately. Oh, and I need to make a copy of this notice for your application for the Hidden Dragon Scholarship. Thank you, teacher. After leaving the office, Chenju, now lighter-hearted, walked to his class. To be honest, there were some girls in class with such a low presence that he didn't even know their names. Perhaps those girls didn't know him either, except as a martial arts fanatic. I haven't even gotten close to everyone, and now I'm leaving. He thought this as he sat down at his desk. After some thought, he decided not to make a big deal of his departure, to just silently leave without taking anything with him. He didn't need to show off in front of others to feel accomplished. Martial arts was his highest pursuit, not a tool for fame. He bowed his head and continued with his last math problem. Hey, hey, hey. An announcement from the guidance department. Class 9 freshman Lu Chenju has been admitted to the high school affiliated with Dragon City Martial Arts University. Let's congratulate our exceptional Wanhua High School alumni, Lu Chenju. We wish him a future as brilliant as brocades and success in his martial arts. The abrupt school broadcast stunned Chenju. All right, it seemed he needed to formally say goodbye to everyone after all. He had underestimated the influence and renown of the top martial university. Even though Wanhua High was an academic school, and even though the teachers tried to squeeze out martial arts class time, once a student had a connection with the ranking list of a top martial university, it had to be publicized. How many students from Sioux City managed to get into Dragon City Martial Arts University a year? This honor was no less than getting into the top 2 universities in the imperial capital, even stronger. The noisy morning self-study class instantly fell silent. Pairs of eyes looked at Chenju. Surprise, shock, jealousy, envy, confusion, delight. A mix of emotions enveloped Chenju. In that moment he was the protagonist. The protagonist of Class 9, and also of Wanhua High School. After the silence, Qin Zheng's loud voice came through. Holy crap, Chenju, when did you get into Dragon City Martial Arts University? The most shocked among them was him. Because the other students did not pursue martial arts, their understanding of the top martial university was not as deep as his. He was well aware of how impressive this classmate, whom he had spent day and night with, was. The problem was, he had no idea this was happening. Lu Chenju explained. I haven't yet, it's just that I'm transferring to a high school affiliated with Dragon City Martial Arts University. That's amazing too. Qin Zheng ran over, and other students, disregarding the morning reading order, crowded around Lu Chenju, chatting whether they were familiar with each other or not. The math teacher walked in without stopping anyone. Today was the last day Lu Chenju would spend with his classmates. After all, having been classmates once, they ought to celebrate. He silently walked out, hands behind his back, head held high, chest out. The teacher from the next class passed by, his gaze filled with surprise. Yes, my student is going to Dragon City. Why, Teacher Kui, you were supposed to teach math, and you taught a martial art top scorer. Senior 3. Li Linling, who was doing her exercises, felt her eyelashes trembling. Junior brother Lu, it's almost like he's guaranteed a place at Dragon City Martial Arts University now. She remembered the latter half of last year when her second-ranked junior brother had not yet entered the ranks. Time had changed, and the junior brother was now third rank, had received the true inheritance, and entered the martial arts school. She felt an indescribable complexity in her heart. Heaven does not let down those who relentlessly pursue their dreams. She knew that her life was destined not to have a great connection with martial arts. Then she would study hard and excel in another field. Congratulations, junior brother Lu. She took out her phone, sent the message, and continued studying. That day, wherever Lu Chenju went, he was the center of attention in the school. Even the vice principal came to the math teacher's office and called him over for a serious talk. Chenju, no matter how well you do in the future, don't forget that you are also one of us from Wanhua High School. Sometimes come back to see your classmates and teacher Qu. He has always been worried about you, and he has been busy all day today with your scholarship. On behalf of the school, I wish you an early success in becoming a martial artist. Eventually, they would have to place Lu Chenju on the honorary alumni wall. After finishing his speech, the vice principal directly transferred a scholarship of 50,000 yuan to Lu Chenju's financial aid account, the efficiency of which made Lu Chenju feel somewhat unfamiliar. Even the cafeteria aunt was talking about Lu Chenju. Eat more, you can't practice martial arts on an empty stomach. Auntie's hand was steady as she stuffed large chunks of braised pork to Lu Chenju. Auntie, that's enough, I can't eat anymore. Lu Chenju, who had silently practiced martial arts for over a decade, for the first time deeply realized the importance of fame. One might not pursue it, but one can't be without it. He strolled alone in the campus filled with the spring breeze. With this in mind, he would strive to become stronger. The following day, Outer City District. By Stone Lake, in Fangshan Scenic Area, 24 small yet refined campuses were scattered among the landscape, each large building representing a school. They seemed unassuming, but all were high school campuses affiliated with top martial universities. This was the true place for elites in Sioux City. Typically, only those with intermediate root bones who excelled, or those from families with deep backgrounds, could enter. Dragon City Martial Arts University only had 3 classes in Sioux City. First year, second year, third year. 30 students per class. In the first year's martial arts history class, a man in training clothes with a tiger's back and bear's waist strode in with an imposing aura, majestic and towering, breaking the second shackles. Martial arts master, shaking mountain bear Yu Zheng. 30 gazes with at least third-rank chi scrutinized the side of Yu Zheng, who looked quite ordinary with his short hair. Yu Zheng clapped his hands. Lu Chenju, introduce yourself. Chapter 41, 41 Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, 2 more updates. In the classroom, Lu Chenju looked at the unfamiliar classmates and smiled, saying, I'm Lu Chenju, a transfer student from Wanhua High School, seeking knowledge here. I'm 16 years old and my hobby is practicing boxing. I hope to learn a lot from everyone in the future. At Wanhua High School, Lu Chenju was a well-known figure. But here no one knew him. Welcome, new student. Below in the classroom, a student with a build no less imposing than a Zhen Shan bear stood up. His facial hair, full at the corners of his mouth, brimming with the vigor of puberty, emitted an impressive aura. Lu Chenju felt a surge in his heart. This student was much stronger than Huang Hao, almost on par with Shiruyu before he broke through the 7th rank. Keep in mind, this was only first year. That is to say, this person was the same age as him, yet already at the 6th rank. Is this what a top martial school's affiliated high school looks like? Such talents within this expansive faction were numerous. They were the finest martial youths among Sioux City's 15 million inhabitants, protected by the strong. Before coming here, Zhen Shanbear told Lu Chenju that each building in faction had at least 1/3 shackles breaker stationed within, equivalent to a Qingshan Kang-level powerhouse. Deeper within faction lived a recluse who had broken through the 4th shackle. A martial arts grandmaster, cast star golden dragon Wang Jidao. Lu Chenju had seen him during the all-nations martial arts competition, live broadcast held at Hua Mountain. Had Lu Chenju not entered this circle, he would never have imagined that such a place teeming with hidden dragons and crouching tigers was right near his home. No wonder some anglers who wanted to fish in the vicinity of faction were instead informed it was a military-restricted area and were driven away. After the bearded student, more classmates clapped to welcome Lu Chenju. Welcome, new student. Lu Chenju, what a good name. What rank are you? Let's spar after class. At the martial arts school, the school spirit is fierce. Everyone was very polite, but Lu Chenju could feel that ingrained pride and conceit because the people here were in a completely different world from a regular high school. Like Huang Hao, they had a natural sense of distance from ordinary people. Only when your strength was recognized by them might they treat you sincerely. Of course, it was also because they were too young, a juvenile temperament. If one became a martial artist, reaching the realms of Jai Chuantong and Qingshan Kang, such strong figures, they would return to nature, becoming more amiable and less sharp. Zhen Shanbear was the homeroom teacher for the first year. After introducing Lu Chenju, he left. The martial arts history teacher was a martial artist. He directed Lu Chenju to his seat, a table located at the very back, newly moved there. Once Lu Chenju took his seat, the teacher continued with the lesson. Today, we are discussing the story of Ling Kong Shangren and the first headmaster of Dragon City Martial Arts University, Old Grandmaster Zhu, debating over boxing principles, within which we can glimpse the profound fist theory of elephant form fists, founder Ling Kong Shangren. This is an important knowledge point and is guaranteed to be on the martial arts college entrance examination. Martial training wasn't just about practicing boxing. One must also study martial arts history, the major schools, fist theory, human anatomy, nutrition, and so on. All knowledge related to martial arts cultivation that would be tested. He adapted quickly, and amidst the glances of fellow students peering back, he took out his books and pen to make notes, showing no timidity in his new environment. He was there to learn. Being somewhat lost having joined the class midstream, he knew that he had to find a way to catch up with the help of teachers and classmates after class. Ding ling ling tilde. After class, Lu Chenju sat alone, flipping through the textbook. The students of the martial arts school were generally extroverted, and a few classmates, both male and female, gathered around him. Hello, my name is Liu Huan, the class leader of our class. A broad and strong hand extended towards him. Lu Chenju stood up, shaking hands and saying, Lu Chenju, "It's nice to meet you, class leader Liu." The owner of the large hand was the bearded student. He stood out prominently in the crowd, quite conspicuous. "Now that you're here, you're part of the family. Our class has more than just one transfer student like Zhang Shushan, Chen Yusheng. They also transferred from Wenhua High School and we get along well. If you have time, get to know everyone better, exchange some sparring. You'll fit in quickly. If you have any questions, ask me anytime. Don't keep things to yourself." Liu Huan was a naturally sociable person. He was the strongest and most respected in the class. When they said innate class leader holy body, they were talking about him. Before Lu Chenju's arrival, he had been prepared to be marginalized or looked down upon by the favored sons of heaven. But as it turned out, the atmosphere at the martial arts school was harmonious and kind. Truly the offspring of martial artists, their moral fiber was indeed high. It seemed that in places where excellence concentrated, people became even more humble. This put Lu Chenju at ease. "Thanks, class leader." During the break, Liu Huan simply gathered everyone and took the time to introduce them to Lu Chenju, including their cultivations, all above third rank. No wonder Shiruyu had said he must get into martial arts university at all costs. The martial arts university campus and the outside world were completely different. Just think about it, the nation had gathered the best martial arts talent from all over the country through various policies, where casual conversation was among geniuses and no ordinary people walked amongst them. There were 31 people in the first-year class, not counting Lu Chenju. 5 low-class root bone, 25 intermediate. As for top-class root bone, it had been assigned by the nation to either the headquarters or branches of the top martial universities at the age of 6, where they would have specialized preschool teachers to start teaching them right from the beginning, skipping the 12-year mandatory education altogether. Their parents were also allowed to reside at the school to accompany them. They were in classes called genius classes. At Lu Chenju's age, they were most likely already in the upper third rank. Extremely demonic prodigies might even break through first shackles. Back to the point. The strongest in Lu Chenju's first-year class were the Cadre 4, consisting of class leader Liu Huan, deputy class leader Yuan Zhiging, discipline committee member Jai Chengkong, and martial ethics committee member Wen Tianj, all with intermediate root bone and 6th rank cultivation. The remaining 27 people included 6 at 5th rank, 10 at 4th rank, and 11 at 3rd rank. Among those at 4th rank, Zhang Shushan and Chen Yusheng both had low-class root bone. They were unearthed because of their sudden enlightenment, and both of their fathers were martial artists who had trained from a young age. After this overview, though Lu Chenju, a newcomer, had the least strength, he was still full of confidence as he had only started to exert himself in high school, meaning he had more room for improvement. Of course, he didn't feel the slightest bit of pride here. The first day of school went by just like that, with Lu Chenju's main task being to build good relationships with his classmates, facilitating his later inquiries about previously unlearned lessons. During the conversation, some also recognized Lu Chenju as the teen from Wanhua High School who had bravely intervened during the subway incident last year, praising him for having martial ethics. Dinner was had in the cafeteria, since the martial arts school had a full boarding management system. This approach allowed everyone to focus on martial arts training and also better protected these martial arts talents. There was only one day off per week. Whenever he had spare time, Lu Chenju would call home to alleviate any worries that Li Xianghua and the others might have about him. "Son, how's school? No one's bullying you, right?" "Mom, don't worry too much. My classmates are really nice. They take special care of me." "Really? Really? If you're being bullied, you must tell me." "Mom, there's really none of that. What kind of people do you think they are?" "That's good then. How's the food?" After dealing with his chatty mother, Lu Chenju picked up his meal and joined the rest at the table. The food at the martial arts school was well balanced, prepared by the most professional nutritionists. It would cost quite a bit outside, but here it was just another resource. Every month, they were also entitled to receive 2 boxes of martial arts supplements for free. Moreover, winning places in various competitions also came with rich martial arts resource rewards. In short, there were so many opportunities here, Lu Chenju was filled with hope. "Come on, Chenju, sit by me." Liu Huan called out to him, worried that Lu Chenju, being new, might feel isolated. As class leader, although he appeared rough, he was actually very considerate. "Sure thing." Lu Chenju took a seat. "Chenju, I heard you trained at Flying Swallow Martial Arts Hall." A female student with 5th rank cultivation sat down beside him, wearing glasses. Generally, martial artists rarely had myopia, so she made a strong impression on Lu Chenju. Her name was Huo Tianyu, with congenital myopia, and she dreamed of becoming a martial artist so she could improve and correct her vision without surgery and see the world clearly. Yes. Lu Chenju sipped his delicious soup. Huo Tianyu showed her tiger teeth and smiled. You know senior sister Jai Feiyan, right? I do. Lu Chenju knew that the Martial Arts Academy master's daughter was studying here before entering Dragon City Martial Arts University. Are you looking for her? I have her on WeChat. No, not really, just didn't expect such a coincidence. Chapter 42. 42 Chachihu, 3 more updates, asking for monthly tickets and followers. After finding out, Lu Chenju came to know. Jai Feiyan was also a noteworthy figure in high school, just like Liu Huan. At Lu Chenju's age, she had already entered the 6th rank, broke into the 7th rank in her sophomore year, reached the peak of the 7th rank in her senior year, passed the college entrance exam smoothly and got into Dragon City Martial Arts University, entering the 8th rank in her freshman year. Advancing from the 3rd rank, each step was incredibly difficult. Thus, the time it took to break through each rank grew longer and longer. In the class, Huo Tianyu was known as Tiger Teeth Girl. When it came to martial arts, Tiger Teeth Girl would talk incessantly. Chenju, are you learning Swallow Return Fist? Lu Chenju shook his head. I am learning Black Tiger Fist. Isn't Bright-Winged Swallow skilled in Swallow Form Fist? Lu Chenju briefly explained his own situation to her. When she heard that Lu Chenju had only started learning fist techniques systemically last year, she looked a bit surprised. Other classmates also gathered around. Amazing Chenju, breaking through 3 ranks in 6 months. Liu Huan genuinely admired him. Although he was at the 6th rank now, he had entered the rank system as early as in the first year of junior high. He didn't have martial artist parents, just great talent, plus his family was very wealthy, and he had taken martial arts supplements from a young age, resulting in a rapid advancement through the ranks until the 6th. Since then, he had been stuck at the 6th rank for a long time, and to reach the 7th rank, he had to wait until sophomore or possibly even senior year of high school, and with bad luck, might even need to wait until university. Chen Yusheng, also with a low-class root bone, was eating a chicken leg and said, the fastest breakthroughs for an instant enlightenment are in the first 3 ranks. I entered the rank system a year ago, smoothly breaking through 3 ranks and then entering the 4th rank. And then I got stuck here too. Zhang Shushan, thin and tall, expressed his agreement. Old Chen and I are both stuck at the 4th rank. Breaking through in the Dark Force realm is too difficult. But if we can make it to the 5th rank before the college entrance exam and meet the qualification line for Dragon City Martial Arts University, we'll be fine. Brother, I'm not trying to discourage you, just sharing my experience. Lu Chenju smiled and said, not at all, I appreciate you both sharing your experiences. No matter what the future holds, it's good to keep striving. I hope we all make it into Dragon City Martial Arts University. Huo Tianyu said, don't scare the new guy, junior brother. Let me tell you this, there are no more than 100 students in our district, but over 80% have been admitted to Dragon City Martial Arts University, and the rest are also eagerly recruited by local renowned schools like Pingjiang Martial Arts University. The reputation of a top-level martial arts university was indeed very useful. The dinner table was the easiest place to get familiar with one another. Everyone chatted about everything under the sun. The unavoidable topic was always about everyone's favorite martial artist. Kangshan Dragon King was unquestionably voted number 1. As for the sophomores and juniors, they were busy preparing for the martial arts college entrance exam, seldom chatting during meals, and after eating, they would go practice Heavenly Pile and Punch. The atmosphere of martial arts was too intense here. However, it appeared there were cases of young love in the class, as Lu Chenju noticed Huo Tianyu and the vice-class president Yuan Jiging sitting together, occasionally feeding each other. It was filled with the sweet and innocent affection of adolescence. Other classmates often joked about it. Yo, you two cut it out. Liu Huan couldn't stand it anymore and couldn't help but make a jab. Hey, Yuan Jigeng laughed sheepishly. Huo Tianyu was quite straightforward. The discipline committee member hasn't said anything. Jai Chenggong coughed. I told you, but you don't listen. And since both of your families have agreed, we won't disrupt the alliance between your 2 big families. Lu Chenju listened up to this point and roughly understood the situation. Huo Tianyu and Yuan Zhiging likely belonged to martial arts families, where to be called a true family, one generally required a martial arts grandmaster who had broken the fourth shackles to preside. Seeing that Lu Chenju still seemed to be speculating, Military Ethics Committee member Wen Tianj said, "You're correct, it's the Huo family from Kang City to the north and our local big family in Sioux City, the Yuan family." Lu Chenju suddenly realized. Huo Tianyu and Yuan Zhiging mockingly said in unison, "Time to eat, we're just minor characters in our families. The true prodigies in our families don't attend high school but are arranged clearly by the family and then sent to top martial universities. Unlike us rookies, who haven't even reached the power transformation realm." "Damn, you guys call yourselves rookies. What does that make us?" "No, I'm just telling it like it is." Huo Tianyu, helpless, seemed a bit downcast. Lu Chenju knew that competition within the martial arts families was fierce. Resources would be prioritized for top-tier talents, ensuring there were martial arts grandmasters for every generation. This was to maintain their influence in modern society. The life of an ordinary disciple in a martial arts family really wasn't as glamorous as it might appear. Yet they still overshadowed 99.9% of people. "All right, let's eat, we're all classmates here." Seeing the two family disciples reluctant to continue on the topic, Liu Huan immediately changed it. After dinner, everyone had a brief rest and then headed to the vast outdoor training field. Here, various cultivation facilities were fully equipped. With the martial arts class, the curriculum naturally focused mainly on fist techniques, often related to their respective martial universities, with two primary courses for the freshman class. One was Dragon and Tiger Heavenly Pile, a foundation of cultivation. The other was the common elephant form martial arts. Elephant form, as the name suggests, involves emulating the strengths and forms of various animals to train the human body and demonstrate martial techniques. It's a crucial part of De Zia's martial arts, subsequently evolving into many schools influencing the major fist forms. Elephant form martial arts was mainly dominated by Dragon City Martial Arts University. Like the main trunk of a tree, elephant form can also be divided into hundreds of branches based on different forms, such as black tiger fist for tiger form, swallow return fist for swallow form, and white ape fist for ape form, and so on. Yuan Zhiging's family from Sioux City was proficient in ape form. The Yuan family had deep roots in Pingjiang Martial Arts University and was tightly connected. Through chatting, Lu Chenju also learned that his teacher at Pingjiang Martial Arts University was Yuan Zhiging's father, the break second shackles, sky-sprawling ape Yuan Tianqi. It wasn't much later. A man around 1.75 meters tall arrived. His gaze was profound, imposingly powerful. "Everyone is here. The school has already covered spiritual monkey fist, mantis fist, water snake hand, and black tiger fist among 4 elephant form martial arts. Everyone choose one to specialize based on what you are good at. No need to learn them all, greed will muddle understanding. Next, I will teach the movement techniques corresponding to these fist techniques. I know some of you come from martial arts families, some from families that run martial arts academies, and you've more or less encountered movement methods. No matter your background, in my class, you're to study earnestly, don't try to be clever. Today, I'll start with mountain crossing body, the accompanying movement technique for black tiger fist. Those who mainly practice black tiger fist, pay attention and come ask me if you're unsure." The teacher was very stern, commanding respect effortlessly. Lu Chenju had asked the class president in advance. This was Cha Chiu Hong Fu, a first-break martial artist whose expertise was in tiger form. His mastery over the low-class black tiger fist had already reached perfection. This made Lu Chenju greatly anticipating. Initially, he had wanted to self-learn mountain crossing body, but now there was no need. With such a renowned teacher guiding, he was full of confidence for the upcoming Martial Arts Academy exchange competition. Cha Jiu asked, "Who here primarily practices black tiger fist? Raise your hands." Including Lu Chenju, there were 12 people in the class practicing it. Tiger form and dragon form were considered the two most popular branches of elephant form martial arts, synonymous with power. Black tiger fist was fierce and ruthless, most suited for overpowering enemies. Chapter 43. 43. A small test of skill, seeking monthly tickets and follows on Monday. Chachiu looked at Lu Chenju and asked, "New here?" I'm Lu Chenju, just transferred from Wanhua High School today. What realm are you in Black Tiger Fist? Just achieved a small success not long ago. Okay, if you're interested in other fist techniques, you can ask your classmates who know them for guidance. In addition, the school has public classes every day, where teachers will spend an hour answering questions, which is convenient for students practicing different fist techniques to seek advice. As for your major in Black Tiger Fist, find me in the future. Cha Chihu patiently introduced this to Lu Chenju. Thank you, teacher. Lu Chenju returned to the line, his expression serious. Hong Fu said, the mountain crossing body is actually evolved from the basics of Black Tiger Fist. If you have already mastered some of the basic steps and movement techniques of Black Tiger Fist, you'll find it particularly easy to learn this method. Watch closely as I demonstrate, and pay attention if you don't know how to do it. As he finished speaking, his body slightly bent, resembling a white forehead tiger lurking in the grass. Then he nimbly leaped onto the wobbling wooden piles used for practicing movement techniques. The mountain crossing body is different from other movement techniques. It might seem somewhat heavy and slow on the surface, but there's a mystery within. Cultivating this method is like how a tiger hunts, never taking a step lightly, with each step weighing a ton, dragging along, always ready to pounce. But once it moves, with each step, the wind stirs and the grass moves, and the body springs forward like a coiled spring ready to strike, with the feet landing on the ground like a tiger's claws, with the rise and fall like the sweeping wind that leaves clouds in tatters. It is only by combining mountain crossing body that you can truly unleash the power of Black Tiger Fist. It's better to teach 10 hand techniques than to teach one hip technique, as the saying goes. In any movement technique, the strength of the hip is the most important. Mountain crossing body is especially so. Those learning this should visit the tiger garden and observe how tigers bounce and hunt cattle and sheep. There are tigers behind the school's mountain. Hong Fu is indeed strong, a black tiger master. Lu Chenju was captivated, as if he was truly watching a tiger hunt, and the tiger before him seemed to have sprouted wings, moving effortlessly and omnipotently in the air. However, what shocked him the most was the school actually had tigers. Could it be, in order to study the elephant form, they opened a zoo on the mountain behind the school? No wonder he could occasionally hear the roar of wild beasts. This was professionalism unique to martial arts university. Curious, Lu Chenju approached Hong Fu for more details. The teacher said that it was the Kangshan Dragon King, who initially suggested to the martial arts department that setting up a zoo in the high school area for the students to observe the forms of the 100 beasts would aid in faster progress. The Dragon King again. Lu Chenju was not surprised internally. After teaching, Hong Fu landed on the ground. Whoever feels they've learned enough, come and try. I'll give you some feedback. Don't worry about making mistakes, as only through mistakes can we correct them. Compared to the martial arts academy, the students here were much more proactive. Teacher, let me give it a shot. A short-statured boy raised his hand. Lu Chenju remembered that his name was Liu Quanhai, a third rank with low-class root bone. All right, come up. Liu Quanhai jumped up and began to navigate the wooden stakes. With his small success in Black Tiger Fist, he had some foundation, and though he made quite a few mistakes, he managed to practice through them. After pointing out his oversights, Hong Fu asked, anyone else? Several fourth-rank students also gave it a try. The people here were indeed the elite. They learned so quickly, much stronger compared to the students at the Martial Arts Academy. After the students had their tries, Lu Chenju raised his hand last. Teacher, I'd like to try too. The classmates all looked at the new transfer student, also curious how someone from an ordinary family background with inferior root bone ended up here. Liu Huan whispered, good luck. Hu Tianyu also cast an encouraging look. Lu Chenju stepped onto the wooden stakes. With his mastery of sea-sweeping body and the foundation of small success, Black Tiger Fist, he immediately got into the zone, fully focused as he demonstrated the relevant steps. With his good memory, he quickly completed a round without any hesitation, as if he had practiced it before. Hong Fu's eyes brightened up and he asked, Lu Chenju, is that right? Have you practiced this before? Lu Chenju shook his head. No, it's my first time. Below, Liu Quanhai was internally shocked. He had practiced for several lessons before, and it seemed he hadn't performed as well as Lu Chenju on his first try. He felt that Lu Chenju must have learned a little before, and was just pretending not to have any practice in front of the teacher to show off his intuitive talent. Of course, it had nothing to do with him. The journey ahead was still very long. Those who deceive themselves usually can't go far. You can pretend for a moment, but not for a lifetime. Hong Fu was staring at Lu Chenju. Really? Really? With his martial artist's intuition, Lu Chenju was not lying. So this kid's comprehension was indeed not bad. No wonder King Shin Kang was so eager to transfer Lu Chenju here. According to the normal process, Lu Chenju would have had to wait another month to transfer schools. Go back, you have entered the beginner's level. What you need to do now is practice more to turn it into a bodily instinct and muscle memory. Lu Chenju, right? I'll remember you. Hong Fu let everyone practice on their own and turned to leave. The classmates were somewhat surprised, as Master Cha Chihu was known for his high standards. To have caught his attention, this transfer student must be something special. Of course, some students felt that Lu Chenju was cunningly clever. Perhaps they were unwilling to admit that someone with a low-class root bone could be so excellent. That would make themselves look inferior. But after all, they were all young at heart. These actions weren't particularly malicious. Not bad, Chenju. Although I don't understand tiger form, entering the beginner's level right from the start is something I've never seen before among transferees, whispered Liu Huan to Lu Chenju. He was afraid the other transfer students might overhear and get upset. No, it's nothing special. I just have a foundation in Black Tiger Fist and I've mastered a movement technique at the master level. Everyone is pretty impressive here. There's not much difference. You're being modest, haha. Liu Huan went to the other side to practice his fist technique. Seeing Lu Chenju's good performance, other students came over to chat and build a rapport. Regardless of root bone, anyone here was seen as a potential star of the future. It was always good to build relationships. After class, the students went back to their respective places to live. They either practiced Heavenly Pile or went to bed early. Of course, many were playing with their phones or video games. Lu Chenju was still practicing on the wooden pile. Over and over again, until a prompt appeared in his mind. Black Tiger Fist, small success 10%, right arrow small success 11%. Mountain crossing body, beginner 9%, right arrow beginner 10%. I didn't expect that practicing Black Tiger Fist together with mountain crossing body would be so effective. With this combination, I might even be able to reach great success with Black Tiger Fist ahead of schedule. According to Lu Chenju's original plan. At the pace he had at Wanhua High School, it wouldn't be bad to improve Black Tiger Fist by 1% per day, typically taking 3 to 4 months to achieve great success. But now, his martial arts training time was several times longer than before. Plus, combining it with mountain crossing body, receiving guidance from expert teachers, having better resources and other factors, he might reach great success before the Martial Arts Academy exchange competition. This place was simply paradise for Lu Chenju. See, sweeping body is second in line to learn, but that also can't be neglected. When I go back, I'll ask Master for the swallow return fist. It might have a surprising effect. White ape through the forest, black tiger crossing the mountain, flying swallow sea flying. Fist techniques and movement techniques complement each other. They must be practiced together to achieve the best results. Jai Xuantong hadn't allowed Lu Chenju to learn swallow return fist, fearing that he would bite off more than he could chew. Little did he know that with the martial arts tree, Lu Chenju could handle it. Chapter 44, 44 Inspiration, 2 more updates. Chenju, why are you still practicing? Liu Huan had gone to the teacher's office to report on work, and noticed on his way, past the training field, that Chenju was the only one left practicing. I'm almost done, class monitor. You should rest early. Martial arts cultivation requires moderation. More isn't always better. Liu Huan sincerely advised. I understand. Chenju slightly smiled, wiping the sweat off his forehead. Liu Huan felt a pang of sympathy in his heart. Transfer students seem to generally be like this. It's primarily due to poor innate conditions, so they can only compensate through hard work. Chenju returned to his dorm room. At Martial Arts High School, each student had their own room which, although not large, was still several times bigger than his bedroom at home and equipped with various training facilities. How nice! Chenju continued practicing Heavenly Pile. With a 1% increase in proficiency, he was already drenched in sweat, and only then did he conclude his day's work and lay in bed after showering to check messages. There were several hundred messages in the Martial Arts Society's group chat. Chenju, how is Dragon City High School? Can you take photos? What cultivation level are the teachers there? Let's have dinner together this weekend. Qin Zheng was especially curious about Martial Arts High School. However, Chenju couldn't take photos or videos for him, as everything here had to be kept strictly confidential. Otherwise, he would lose his qualification to study. He briefly responded to Qin Zheng. Next were messages from Shiruyu. Junior brother, the martial arts school is under closed management. Just focus on practicing your fist techniques. Teacher Jai said not to worry too much about the martial arts academy or your family matters. Martial arts comes first. Chenju immediately replied with thanks. The martial arts academy group chat was bustling with discussions, and everyone was exhilarated upon learning that Chenju had been selected for Dragon City High School. Some fantasized about having an epiphany the next day. Some regretted not talking more with Chenju to get closer. Chenju rarely chatted in this group. He sighed deeply and lay on his bed. This was the life he had dreamed of. In the office of Dragon City High School, Yu Zheng was chatting with Hong Fu. Young Hong, how is the new transfer student? I think he's quite good. He said he hadn't learned mountain crossing body, and after just demonstrating it once, he grasped this movement technique. His comprehension is better than I expected. He indeed hasn't learned it, I can vouch for that. I'm quite familiar with Jai Chuantong, and before high school, Chenju only learned basic boxing. Black Tiger Fist, I heard he picked up from some third-rate fighting hall coach. If that's true, his comprehension can be considered top class, though he has a small success in Black Tiger Fist and sweeping body. Getting started with it is also normal. You guys should pay close attention to this young man. His temperament, perseverance, and character are all excellent. His future achievements shouldn't be poor. The martial artist has hope. Yes, if he maintains this trend, there indeed is hope, just afraid it might just be a flash in the pan. We've seen cases like Chenju in recent years. Let's talk about future things in the future. At the giant elephant fighting hall. Bang bang. Accompanied by two muffled sounds, two third-rank experts were blasted away. Riken, puffing heavily, his rounded muscles showing the bursting veins and tendons with wisps of white smoke rising from his body and sweat dripping to the ground, said in a low voice. Not enough, this level of intensity isn't enough. Riken flexed his muscles, crackling sounds ensuing. This time, I want to fight three. In the distance, giant elephant Ricket watched Riken, feeling assured. Good, that's my son. Holy Image Path, who else if not me? At Yulong Martial Arts Hall and Golden Lion Martial Arts Hall. Liu Qingyuan and Wang Chang, two players pinned with high hopes, were also diligently training, receiving special training from the master, striving to achieve ideal results next month. And at Flying Swallow Martial Arts Hall, Du and Old Zhang, among others, were also not idle. Really envious of Chenju. Yeah, just half a year ago we were all hitting rock bottom together, and now he's ascended to heaven. Martial Arts High School, even Dragon City Martial Arts University, damn exciting. Regarding the students' envy, Du turned a deaf ear. His target was still Pingjiang Martial Arts University. After dropping out, apart from regular rest, he was always practicing his fists. Although I may not catch up with Chenju's pace, being able to enter Martial Arts University gives me the hope of becoming a martial artist. I must smash those damned void things. At 4 a.m., before dawn had broken, Lu Chenju had already formed a biological clock, rising early. After washing up, he arrived at the training ground and found many classmates already practicing boxing. No wonder it's a martial arts school. Everyone knows the importance of practicing boxing at this hour. Of course, there were still many who hadn't gotten up. Chenju, you're up early. Yu Tianyu also came downstairs in his training clothes. Morning. Lu Chenju had already started practicing pile skill. Not all disciples from nobility are spoiled. On the contrary, they work harder than ordinary people, he thought as he watched the tiger teeth girl practicing boxing. It's really scary when someone with a good background is also hardworking. Dragon and Tiger Heavenly Pile, opening the acupoint 9%, right arrow opening the acupoint 10%. As the difficulty of opening the acupoint increased, in order to maintain a daily progress of 3%, Lu Chenju spent more and more time on Heavenly Pile. Fortunately, he did not need to attend academic classes now and had ample time. He wanted to practice some boxing, but his stomach growled. Practicing pile skill also consumed a lot of energy. He indeed needed to replenish his energy. Just then Liu Huan called him to have breakfast, and Lu Chenju joined them. After breakfast, Liu Huan said, "Chenju, let's go. I'll take you to the back mountain to watch tigers hunt. It might help with your cultivation of black tiger fist. If we go late, we won't get a good spot." The zoo in Fangshan wasn't unique to Dragon City Martial Arts University. It was shared among all the high schools here, and many were cultivating elephant form fist, not just them. "Let's go." It wasn't just the freshman class. Several upperclassmen who were also headed there joined them. They were only a year or two older than Lu Chenju, but their cultivation was generally between 5th rank and 6th rank. 2 upperclassmen from the senior class were even at 7th rank. One was named Yu Shan, with a physique like a tiger's back and bear's waist, stronger than Liu Huan. He specialized in bear form fist and was the son of Genshin Bear, with an intermediate root bone and good comprehension. The other was Chen Yuan, who specialized in crane forms fist, also with an intermediate root bone. His prowess was said to be the strongest, representing the pinnacle of Dragon City High School and commanding great respect. In fact, Chen Yuan had reached 7th rank as a sophomore and was not far from 8th rank. Both were significant figures, admired by many junior female students. Along the way, Liu Huan acted as the social butterfly and introduced Lu Chenju to the upperclassmen. "Brother Yu Shan, this is Chenju, new to our class," he said as he pulled Lu Chenju to the front and smiled. Yu Shan was rough, but had a voice tender as jade. "Little brother, did you adapt well yesterday?" "Brother, it's pretty good here." Then Liu Huan approached Chen Yuan. "Chenju, this is brother Chen Yuan I told you about." Lu Chenju looked at the handsome guy in front of him. His long hair was tied up in a Taoist mixed yuan bun. He wasn't very tall or strongly built, but his spirit was vibrant, and his eyes were lazy yet piercing. "Brother," Chen Yuan nodded slightly and said softly, "Now that you're here, you're one of Dragon City. Come to me if you have any problems." His temperament was aloof, and he wasn't much for talking. After Lu Chenju had met everyone, the group arrived at the zoo. By then, some students were already focused on observing the animals they specialized in. Monkeys, wild chickens, wolves, eagles, bears. It was a somewhat strange scene. Whether it was useful or not, Lu Chenju joined them. The tiger garden was the most crowded, housing several fierce northeast tigers, with the strongest among them having thick black patterns, almost resembling a black tiger upon first glance. Its aura was ferocious, scanning its surroundings with rounded eyes. The tiger is the king of all beasts, now fully demonstrating its dominance. Lu Chenju had been to the zoo before, but watching a tiger with a learning mindset was a first for him. He discovered some key points mentioned in Black Tiger Fist theory really matched how real tigers behaved. Beside him stood a student from Imperial Capital Martial Arts University, wearing a school uniform with a Great Wall pattern, who seemed to have gained some insight and began practicing Black Tiger Fist on the spot. The others didn't find it odd. Practicing martial arts on the spot was normal in this zoo. Lu Chenju observed the movements of that special black tiger. Unbeknownst to him, he became deeply immersed, as if his mind had left his body, his soul residing within that black tiger, moving with its perspective. Becoming the black tiger, patrolling the mountains, not only to mimic its shape, but also its essence and spirit. He unconsciously began to practice boxing, completing a round of Black Tiger Fist in an unparalleled state, ending with a wonderfully satisfying feeling. He finished with Danshan breathing and looked at the martial arts tree. His heart stirred. He saw the Black Tiger Fist leaf flickering slightly, something that had never happened before. A notification sound came at the same time. Inspiration strikes, efficiency doubles. Black Tiger Fist, small success 11%, right arrow small success 13%. Just one practice and it counts as 10 normal ones, such high efficiency. Inspiration strikes. This is the first time this has happened. Chapter 45. 45 Rapid Growth 3 more updates, asking for monthly tickets and followers. The leaves of Black Tiger Fist flickered incessantly. The phrase inspiration leads to twice the success with half the effort, also shown unclearly. Lu Chenju felt something. This thing was time effective. It was not a permanent enhancement, so he immediately ignored everything else and started practicing Black Tiger Fist in the zoo. He would not leave until the state of inspiration disappeared. Black Tiger Fist, small success 13%, right arrow small success 14%. Black Tiger Fist, small success 14%, right arrow small success 16%. Before he knew it, an hour had passed. Class was about to start, and students began to leave. Chenju, let's go back. Liu Huan came over to call Lu Chenju, but found him engrossed in practicing his punches alone, ignoring his words. He didn't want to interrupt him. Leave him be, he might be in the zone. Fangshan came striding over and quickly stopped Liu Huan. Brother, do you mean inspiration? I'm not sure, probably. Fangshan looked at Lu Chenju, his expression calm as usual. A martial artist's cultivation could indeed enter a special state called inspiration. If instant enlightenment is a longer period of enhancement in comprehension, then inspiration is an occasional flash of brilliance, and this state is extremely precious. Practicing martial arts during inspiration yields results far superior to normal, twice the success with half the effort. Liu Huan could only leave a message on Lu Chenju's phone. We've gone to class, and when you finish punching, come back early. If the teacher asks, I'll say you had an epiphany for practice on the mountain and couldn't leave. If it really is inspiration, that would be great. Liu Huan had also experienced this once in junior high, successfully pushing his Bear Mountain Fist from the limit of small success to the great achievement realm. Interrupting him now would ruin Lu Chenju's opportunity. Given Lu Chenju's character, he wouldn't mind. But he would feel uncomfortable and guilty. Thanks for the reminder, brother. I almost ruined everything. Liu Huan and Fangshan left. Shortly after, a figure swiftly approached from the crane garden. He landed lightly in front of Lu Chenju like a crane touching the ground, and then fixed his gaze on him. Inspiration, Chen Yuan murmured internally, his expression calm and timely. A student from another school walked towards Lu Chenju with a sinister look in his eyes. Chen Yuan's gaze chilled as he said sternly, "Stop." The student jumped in fright, just now noticing someone was there. Chen Yuan. Chen Yuan said coldly. Knowing someone is in a critical moment of practice and still disturbing a cultivator, if verified, the punishment will be minor, such as taking away 3 months of martial arts supplements, or in severe cases, expulsion. That student knew Chen Yuan. At Fangshan, the nickname He Daisy was given to him. With his capabilities, he was easily among the top 10 of more than 2,000 students. This person indeed had ill intentions. He wanted to pretend he didn't know and wake Lu Chenju from his state. Most people at martial arts university valued martial ethics and were kind, so it was rare for someone to do this. Brother Chen is joking. I just wanted to call him out since class is starting. The man ran away hurriedly without turning back, knowing he was in the wrong. Chen Yuan had already noted this person in his mind. When he had time, he would visit Magic City's martial arts university. Seeing that Lu Chenju couldn't snap out of his state any time soon, Chen Yuan lightly touched the ground and then climbed to the top of a nearby artificial hill to wait. 10 in the morning. By this time, 2 classes had already been completed on campus. Lu Chenju realized the state of inspiration had completely vanished, and he now looked towards the martial arts tree. Black Tiger Fist, small success 26%. In one morning, progress increased by 15%. Before transferring schools, it was hard for him to even improve by 1% in a day. That is to say, one morning was equivalent to torturous practice for half a month. What was this if not twice the success with half the effort? It was success multiplied by more than a dozen times. This really is unexpected. Lu Chenju was overjoyed. Mastering the Black Tiger Fist had become easier. By the end of this month, there should be hope. Other martial arts might also experience inspiration. I just haven't come across the right opportunity yet. I wonder if Heavenly Pile has this state. With lingering thoughts, Lu Chenju turned and left. Before leaving, he didn't forget to say thank you to the tiger. I've missed 2 classes. I need to think of an explanation. He hadn't noticed Chen Yuan, who was sitting cross-legged in the rockery. Chen Yuan looked down the mountain and moved like an immortal crane using various peculiar pines and ancient trees. He took a familiar shortcut and returned to school early. The routine he practiced was called Immortal Crane Cloud. On the training field, Today's class was taught by the class teacher, Yu Zhang. He was in charge of teaching the dragon and tiger, heavenly pile, and bear form fist. Lu Chenju arrived late. Teacher, I'm sorry. It's okay, join the team. The state of inspiration is something that comes unexpectedly. Once it comes, other things can be set aside, but you must pay attention to personal safety. Yu Zheng had already learned about this situation from Liu Huan and Yu Shan. Lu Chenju sighed with relief, knowing he didn't need to explain. Obviously, the state of inspiration wasn't unique to him, and the teachers understood. He decided to visit the tiger in the back mountain every morning. His classmates, upon hearing about Lu Chenju's inspiration, looked at him with envy. Most people here regarded the state of inspiration as something mythical, yet it had occurred to Lu Chenju. They thought, this guy might as well buy a lottery ticket. Today, I'm going to teach from the 4th to the 12th acupoint of Heavenly Pile. Learn according to your own ability. Those who have mastered it can practice directly. After speaking, Yu Zheng began to demonstrate. From this, Lu Chenju inferred that his first-year classmates' acupoints were between 4 and 12, and he couldn't help but marvel again at the prowess of martial arts university. In the 3 classes, Chen Yuan had opened the most acupoints, a terrifying 18, only 12 away from becoming a martial artist, followed by Yu Shan's 16 acupoints. I still need to work hard. In the blink of an eye, a week had passed. Finally, Lu Chenju welcomed a day off. Stone Lake Garden, Building 3, Room 2802. Mom, I'm back. Lu Chenju put down his backpack, looking at the long-missed old house. Li Xianghua was preparing lunch. Hearing the door open, she came out wearing an apron. Seeing that Lu Chenju hadn't lost weight, she felt relieved. How was it? Did you enjoy this week? Very much so. Staying one day. Yes, I'll go back to class tomorrow. I didn't expect Fangshan to actually be a martial arts school. They really kept that hidden. It's also to protect the students and provide a peaceful environment for cultivation. You should rest well today and take it easy on the practice. I'm cooking now, and your dad will be home soon. Oh, by the way, Ru Yu also visited us a few days ago. My senior sister, what did she come for? Just representing the Martial Arts Academy to check on us. Oh, I'm going to visit the academy after lunch. Go ahead, your dad and I were thinking of inviting Jai teacher and Ru Yu sometime soon for a meal to express our thanks properly. Okay, I'll ask when the teacher is free. But our family can't afford anything too expensive. Don't worry, Mom. Jai teacher has had his fill of delicacies. He knew his parents were worried about not offering something lavish enough for the master. Jai Chuantong was his benefactor, and if one day he truly ascended to the clouds like a dragon, he would never forget the bright-winged swallow that had led him on his path, for one must be grateful.